Hello everyone, my name is Nikelclip and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another 10 drop video. In today's video I'm dropping to Dusty's Remains 10 times. A reason which I decided to drop here 10 times is just because it's just so nostalgic to me. This is where Dusty Fortnite began. A place where every single noob comes in, essentially my house in Fortnite. So I had to drop here 10 times just for the out of respect which I have for this place. Also, not only Dusty is the first ever location to make some kind of comeback into this game. Also, I'm almost for certain that this location has returned to the game more times than I can count, and that's pretty much the most returned location in this game. This location has returned in Season X, it has returned in Chapter 2 Season 5, and it has returned in Chapter 3 Season 3, so yeah, lots of times this location did have returned. But without further ado, let's cherish all the memories we had going to Dusty, and let's start with game number 1. Just want to throw this out that game number 1 is technically my first ever game where I played properly, because beforehand I just played some Team Rumble, then I played some ball lobbies with Loyal, then I played some Save the World, so this is technically my first ever proper game of Season 4. No one really came over here, so I had the entire figure all to myself, except for with this one person. My loot was okay at best. There was a bunker down there which I could have opened, but I didn't have a key, so that was off the table. After befriending I decided to go to Greasy Grove just to kind of visit. I was attacked down there, but don't worry, I was able to handle it, just barely, but I still handled it. And after that, the game was kind of quiet until essentially I found another person who also befriended a pig. We had an amazing epic fight which ended him up running away and me killing him. But then essentially after I was going to the storm, I was then double teamed and I unfortunately died. Game 2 was about the same, quiet, no one really dropped here. Except for myself, obviously. I went to Greasy Grove again, and yet again that neighborhood wanted to kill me for some reason. I should really report for the higher authorities. Now I can definitely tell that a lot of this footage is basically just gonna be kind of camping behind the structures, just maybe just want to reveal my location. I must remember, by the way, I only have one life, and if I do spunk in, then that's me, that's gone, that's me history, so I must be very careful. But when I do say that right now, I made a huge mistake down here. Instead of just waiting for other people to come for this loot, I decided to grab the loot myself. So instead of being the hunter, I became the prey. Embrace yourself for the new and the biggest skin you have ever seen in your life. Up to date at least. As usual, nothing happened in Dusty. Went to Greasy Grove. Well, would you guess? Someone tried to kill me down there. Oh, what a surprise! But then I just camped. And I think I camped for way too much, because when I actually came for the actual combat, I just flopped. I should have at least won that gunfight. I don't know what I was doing down there. In game 4, well, I dropped to Dusty and there was nothing down there, maybe one chest, so I had to fish for some better loot. This time I decided not to go to Greasy Grove, just to make it a bit more interesting, so the video doesn't seem like it's the same thing over and over again, even though it's technically... I'm dropping somewhere 10 times, so you know it's going to be something similar. I decided to join in this third-party tropa list and get my people eventually running away and retreating, so I have a better position and see essentially where the zone's going to go next. Or in other words, I was afraid that one of those people who was fighting down there was a real person and he would just mob the floor with me, so I decided to run away like that. You take whichever version you want to follow. Now, the game, I always actually make sure I had some chrome with me so I get some mobility and some things I could quickly heal on the spot. And I feel like I did decent on the end game, except when I fight this sweat, I want to say. He had a sweaty skin, so on my eyes he's a sweat, and I'm pretty sure he BM'd me at the end. I'm not sure if I can see actually how he's showing me crown wins, because essentially I cannot see him for some reason, but I think that's what he's doing, so he's BMing me for second place. You know how I said that I need to stop camping because I'm doing this too much and I freaking have to fight people? Yeah, let's screw that, let's camp some more! But on the real, I'm trying to get this essentially new chrome wrap which you can get from doing Discord challenge, and today's the final day, so I kind of have to camp into the storm number 5. But don't worry, that's my last time, so after I do this then I should be going all combat after this one. You may hate me for camping in the bush, but I'm not killing anyone, I'm just sitting here camping, and then after I get to storm phase number 5, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. Don't believe me? Well, here I am, I see the storm number 5, and after that I just decide to dance in the middle, or I try to dance in the middle until this guy kills me. I this time I'm gonna sacrifice myself, so yeah, yeah, here we go. And now it's time for everybody's favourite game mode, Team Rumble. But in the real, I was slowly starting to get really tired of it VR, so I decided, you know what, I'll just play some Team Rumble for now. Let's see how that goes. And before all of you is gonna have me in the comments below saying oh my god, I'm playing a newbie game mode. Well, for some reason this mode is infested with sweat. So there should be some high quality gameplay from one side, but not in this game. I mean, there were a few people that were trying to build, but just like it wasn't really too sweaty, it was just casual. Like what Team Rumble should have been. I loved it. I just have no words for it. It's just so amazing. Team Rumble was definitely the game that I got butchered. I mean, I forgot that we used to start like 30 teams against 30 teams until I think I was Scimitar, but you're explaining how we used to have the Team Rumble, and I'm just like, it just reminded me of just how much I used to have playing Team Rumble back in the day, but now it's just filled with all sweat. This game was probably one of my favourite out of the entire, like the 10 drops probably. I just loved it so much. I also dropped the Team Rumble to learn the chest location, so I know if I missed or didn't miss anything while I dropped here initially. But now it's time for that, kick in the reality and see essentially how Team Rumble really is. Just sweaty people, sweaty builds. I mean, not even the actual BR people are actually that sweaty. I'm just like, why do you sweat in Team Rumble? What do you gain from being sweaty in Team Rumble? All I have to say is, when are we going to be getting like no build Team Rumble? Like that is just required at this point. I am not mad that we lost because well, it's Team Rumble. The win doesn't count, but I am mad that I think I had to play against like a massive sweat army. Still playing Team Rumble. I wonder how many people are actually going to get annoyed just because I play in Team Rumble. Oh, but look at that, there's two Spider-Man. Do you think they're going to be able to beat the sweat? Yeah, didn't think so. I'd have to give the shout out to my enemy over here. That was a pretty sweet kill, which they did on me. Like, I'm gonna have to give it to you straight. 10 out of 10.
Terrible job, Super Shit. You fucked that one up that badly.
This time during the Dusty, I actually decided to, to actually show you guys me opening the vault down here. I did have done it like a few times, I believe, like at least once as Iron Man, but I just didn't show it on camera because, well, I forgot. Definitely a fan of these bunkers. I mean, if you do have a key and you open from a random chest, you should definitely check them out. And also you get keys from these bunkers as well. So it's like, if you open this bunker, you can just open many other bunkers. Stonks! Because there has to be one of you in every single game of Team Rumble.
Later, bitch.
Thank God that burst rifle this season is just beyond broken that I was able to kill them, otherwise, I think my controller would just been out of the window. Bro, look at this Eiffel Tower which we have made. I think that's pretty obvious. I just decided to see this one out. I mean, I'm not really kind of be bothered of trying to fight against these bloody ninja wannabes. So here we are, game 10. This is the last game of the video. Surprisingly, for a hot drop, I mean, there wasn't really too much of a hot drop, but no one really dropped Dusty beside me, and I am somewhat surprised. But hey, for the final game, I get all this loot from the bunker all to myself, so, I'm not really complaining. I mean, I would love to show combat from Dusty Remains, but I mean, I guess I'll take this, epic sniper and we'll get on with the day. I decided to go to Tilted Towers because, that what could possibly go wrong? Going tilted. What could possibly... Oh. And that's the end of the video. I personally had a lot of fun jumping to this location. The good old Fortnite place still gets to live here. The old memories of Fortnite uniting in here was so perfect. Actually, no, it is kind of fitting that I actually haven't won any single solo games in here. Well, I'm a member of Fortnite, so I do being bad for a living technically, so that technically does fit the theme of here. That's definitely something to think about. But yeah, I'm gonna be ending this video with saying my goodbyes to Dusty Remains, because it's probably going to get destroyed at some point during this chapter, or it's probably going to be gone by the next chapter. But whether Dusty Remains or Dusty Depot will turn to Marco out and I'm just going to keep coming back non-stop, I think it's fair to say that I'm definitely glad that I had to drop here 10 times. Goodbye.